Has my name on it. My baby made that for me. What's up, guys? Back with another video. This is a series for beginners trying to learn music producing, production for FL Studio. This is the part 2 of the series. So if you haven't seen the first one, go check it out right now. It's just basically talking about the basics of FL Studio, of what each thing or things that are important that you need to know. So you can go check that out right now. I'll leave the first link down below, so you can go check it out. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Chan. I'm a DJ and producer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, making EDM music and blending in my Mexican roots into the world of electronic music. So let's get straight to this video. I'm going to be talking about EQ. So let's get straight to it. Alright, so I have a couple instruments here. So I have a kick right here, pre-shifted clap. This is a ride, and then just some bass. It's like sub bass, but this is how it sounds all together. So what you want to do, like to EQ these things, so you click on the sound, and this right here is where you attach it to the mixer, which that's where you will put in the equalizer. So sometimes you can just click this part, or you can just do it like you click on it and then you just scroll up. I like doing it just like this, because then it so what I was saying is I like just doing it quick like that, because then it goes right away to the mixer. And so I have the kick already there. Do the same for the clap, do the same for the rider, and then for the bass, the sub, I'm using 3 oscillator, which is on it's a stock plugin on FL Studio. So just do that, and now I have everything, so when you play it, the levels will show right here. And if you notice, like right here, all these instruments are going, are routing to the master. This is the master. This is like with everything combined. This is how everything sounds combined. So that's so I'm also going to be talking a little bit of leveling in this one. Not that much, just a little bit. But so I'm going to do this. So let's put an EQ on the kick. So a way that I actually learned how to equalize things is like sometimes you just got to exaggerate things, and that's when you learn like certain sounds. Like, okay, this is where the top part, like where the attack is at, this is where the bass is in. But also if you look in the parametric EQ on FL Studio, it shows you like where would the sub be. So in this area, where would the bass be, the low mid, high mid, so it'll show you like all these things, like is one of these. So for the kick, so here's a kick. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, like I think it's like 45 hertz, and before, like anything before that, you won't be able to hear it. It's too low. So what I do sometimes is I just cut it, which I go down, and there's 2 ways that you can do it. So you can go right click, type, or yeah, just type. So you can put low pass, so this will be like that, or you can go band pass. There's a lot of things that you can do, which I'm just gonna reset it. But what I like doing is so I go where, so 45 hertz, and then right here, these, like this button right there, I go all the way, So this is what it does. So I'll show you the differences. So you see how like it's more of a square. It cuts a little bit more of the low. And if I were to put it in one, like one dot, it's more of a slope, which is not like cutting it off completely. Like there's still gonna be a little bit of the of like uh the it's like, so basically that's like a, you're cutting off the low right there, and that's not what you want. You still want the low there, so that's why I just cut it off, you know. So I go all the way like that and just like that. So now I want a little bit more of that little tick to it. So you gotta, that's when you start finding it. You start look for it, you know. And that would be like in the high, mid, and mid frequencies. So if you see, I found it. So what I'm doing right here, I'm using my laptop mouse, so I use both fingers. So for like regular mouse, you scroll up. It's just like making it narrow or wider of what you want to do. So when you just want to focus on one thing, like it does that. But when you want to focus on more, you do it like that, you know. Um, it's all like, basically you just gotta practice. Like it's like about what sounds good for you, you know. I'm not like a professional of this, but I'm just basically giving you guys my tips of what I do. So you do that, like put a little bit of it, and then I cut a little bit down of the bass. And the reason why is because of the sub bass. I mean, I know the sub bass is over here, but the sub bass has a sub and then a bass also in it, and I want to make sure to have space for the bass to be present, you know. So let's do the bass now. You can barely hear it, so if you have headphones, you know, wear those. So I don't know if you can see, but look how it's more in the sub and then a little bit of the bass. So you boost up. So I'm going to do the same thing. And then bring a little bit up of the bass. And then together with the kick sounds like this. The reason why I do those things is because you don't want them to both be meshing together. And what I usually do with the kick is put it in mono and the bass in mono too. And what that means, so this knob right here, what it means is that when you go all the way right, it's in mono. When you go all the way left, it's in stereo, which is like that. And mono's in the middle. So that's where I usually put my kick, in the middle, and the bass as well in the middle. So there are the pre-shifted claps. So we're gonna put an equalizer now. And notice how it's like in the mid, and then left from that there's like not that much frequency going on there. And the thing that you have to look at when you're like EQing things is that, you know, even though there's a little bit of low end, but that matters. That makes a difference when you like cut it off, because, you know, claps are a little bit more of mid-high frequencies, and that's what you want. Like, you got to make sure to think about it like this. Like, each sound has its own little spot in like the frequency table. So that's how I basically learned how to like equalize things. You know, I'll be doing more in-depth stuff with like equalizing and everything, because I know it's like it's a really important thing, especially when it involves like mixing and everything. So for this one, I'm gonna use this, scroll down, and then you can also hear when it's like you're doing too much. So just find the sweet spot. So right there is really good. Another thing that you can actually do, because there's a certain point in the high frequency part where it's like that high frequency where it's like annoying, you know, and you don't want that. So like sometimes when like there'll be class where they're really loud and you can just, you know, lower it down, or you can, they're really quiet, bring it up a little, but don't bring it too much because that's too much high. So then together with the kick and the bass sounds like this. Oh. Yeah. Now we're going to do the rides. So for that one, you know, equalizer as well, and you can see it's like in the all the way in the high frequency area, so over here. So we're gonna cut it off, all the stuff that we don't need, and then that's when you can just bring the volume down here, because it's a really high sound, so you don't want it to be that annoying to the listener's ear. So then all together it will sound like this. And you know, that's how like I do some of these like, you know, I feel like that's, I'll do more parts of equalizing things. This is more for like just a little bit basic. You know, throughout this series I'll be showing you guys more and more in depth of what you can do with equalizer. But there's just so much that you can do, and equalizing is something that I feel like it's very important. That's actually how I learned how to like mix stuff correctly. But right here is where I level a lot of things. So you know, there sounds good. But yeah, that's equalizing for certain instruments. If you have anything in mind that you want me to teach you about equalizing, just let me know down below in the comments. But this is basically some simple stuff of how to equalize certain like instruments. I will be showing more and more throughout the series of these videos, but hopefully you guys learned something from this. You know, I'm basically just explaining the ways that I learned and I basically use right now. So hopefully you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, follow me on all my social media, and turn on the notification button because it really helps me out and for the algorithms of YouTube. So see you in the next video.